שיוצרים את מנגינת החיים. הרמוניה זה כולנו יחד, לשמוח ולגדול מפחד. הרמוניה זה אתה ואני, שיוצרים את מנגינת החיים. הרמוניה, תווים במינור מתחים למז'ור. הרמוניה, בערבות הדדית, האור שיחזור. הרמוניה, בגלים של תקווה מתקנים לבבת, לבבות מתחברים בישראל. כולנו יחד, לשמוח ולגדול מפחד. הרמוניה זה אתה ואני, שיוצרים את מנגינת החיים. הרמוניה זה כולנו יחד, לשמוח ולגדול מפחד. הרמוניה זה אתה ואני, שיוצרים את מנגינת החיים. הרמוניה.
ושם הוא יוצא מתוך
בתוך הגלות, והופך את הנסתר לגלות. Cuando el corazón está acaparar sobre su cuerpo animal, no se puede ir de este mundo así, porque toda su pasión está en él. Si el corazón elige a la divinidad, junto al grupo llega la amistad, y entonces podrá del exilio salir, y lo que oculto está revelará. Si el corazón elige a la divinidad, junto al grupo llega la amistad, y entonces podrá del exilio salir, y lo que oculto está revelará. Lelo, 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 la. Lelo, 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 la. Lelo, 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 la. Lelo, 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 la. Lelo, 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 la. Lelo, 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 la. La 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 la.
Hello everyone. We are entering Yeshivat Chaverim, the last Yeshivat Chaverim of this Congress. But the first of our next degree. The next degree of the World Kli. So let us be seated, let us connect, pray, and become a Kli for our friends to open our hearts.
Я Николай из Москвы.
I'm Nikolai from Moscow. King David said, I called you, Lord, from the deeps. So I will try to speak from the deeps. Why am I here? There's a story about soldiers who went to battle, to an attack. And they came with all their strength, with all their might. And when the rockets blew around them, the earth covered them, covered their eyes, their ears, their mouth, covered them completely. But such a soldier is not wounded, but he thought he died. And the only one who could help him was another soldier who crawled to him, cleaned his eyes from the sand, opened them, and told him, "You're alive." And the soldier came back to life. 15 years ago, I had many days in which I didn't know whether I'm alive or dead. I didn't know if I was alive or not. This is how I found my way to the group. It's been 15 years that the friends are cleaning my eyes. They remove the dust from them, the will to receive. And they tell me, you are alive. Open your eyes, you're alive. I have a huge tent. I come to them with my small concern, and they give their heart to me. I have a huge group. I come there with a tiny deficiency, and they give me complete, full longing for love and bestowal. I have great, huge Bnei Baruch, you. I come here with my despicable attempts to love, and you give me true love, full, complete. You give me life. You open my eyes, and you tell me, you are alive. Look around. You're with us. You are our family. You are alive. And the main thing of what I'm trying to say is that we have a great task upon our shoulders. 7 billion on this planet. And many of them do not know why they live for. Many of them don't know whether they're alive or not. And there are more and more such people lately. And we have to approach them. We have to clean their eyes from this dust, from this will to receive, to connect them to the source, and just tell them, open your eyes. Listen, you are alive. The truth is, our work is impossible. Rav talks about it, Kabbalists talk about it. This is work above human power. But that is also our advantage, because we must, every moment, turn to the Creator, to that force with a request. Penetrate our work. Help us with this inner cry. A friend today shocked me. We have nothing to be ashamed of. We have nothing to be afraid of being great. We have nothing of being feared of from being strong. We have a huge assignment, but with us, in us, through us, operates the force of love. L'chaim, my dearest friends.
Hola, soy Antonio de España.
I'm Antonio from Spain. Truth is, prepared a few words, but when I heard this this friend next to me, I'm so small compared to him. He's so great. I don't know what I did. I didn't want to come here. I bought this plane ticket. I just bought it, and that's it. I did everything out of inertia. And when I came here, when I came to the airport, there were friends who shot bullets straight into my heart. Friends from Petach Tikva. And in every glance of every friend, they kept shooting bullets on me until only a stone remained. Only a stone remained. Now all we have is this stone that we have to pierce a hole into. And that is our next step. That is the next step which is in us. We must break that stone. And the friend by my side, he proved how we can do it. We can do it together. Alone, we cannot do anything. Friends, arvut, together. L'chaim.
שנוכל את הלב לצוע עד שיגיס האור ויתן לנפשנו דרור למלא כל הבורות שזה מדבר נשוב ממים ונצבע כמו אילן עם הבנת בעיניים נעלה נעלה ויחד נעלה נפעול ונקום עד לקו הסיום נעלה ויחד נעלה 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 ויחד נעלה נפעול ונקום עד לקו הסיום nale ויחד נעלה hay un rezo del corazón que quiere acercarse y dentro de él a un hombre acurrucarse hay un rezo del llanto para abrir las puertas del cielo que une a los puntos juntos vamos a vivir a subir unidos a subir caemos y nos levantamos al fin a subir unidos a subir a subir a subir unidos a subir caemos y nos levantamos al fin a subir unidos a subir dale dale ביחד נעלה ניפול ונקום עד לקו הסיום נעלה ביחד נעלה 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 ביחד נעלה ניפול ונקום עד לקו הסיום נעלה ביחד נעלה 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 ביחד נעלה ניפול ונקום עד לקו הסיום נעלה ביחד נעלה
Hello, friends.
שלום חברים.
My name is Leroy. I come from
קוראים
Toronto,
לי
Canada.
לירוי ואני מטורונטו, קנדה.
Friends, this is my first time in Israel.
חברים, זאת הפעם הראשונה שלי בישראל.
And believe me,
ותאמינו לי,
it was very difficult before I came to feel what
היה
I feel
מאוד
now.
קשה לפני שהתחלתי
This is a
להרגיש את
special,
מה שאני מרגיש
very
עכשיו.
special occasion for
זה
me.
אירוע מאוד מיוחד
It's
עבורי.
been a long time coming.
It's been a long time coming, and I'm so happy.
My journey began about less than 3 years ago.
My journey began about 3 years ago when I picked up some advertisement for Kabbalah. At that time, my life was quite busy, but there was something missing. I saw this ad and I thought, why not try? Now, I did not look what I was looking for. But as time went on, after I began lessons, I found that what I was missing, what I really wanted, was love. A family. Friends.
Energy from friends.
Energy from friends.
The kind of energy that I
the kind of energy that I find here, and also in the Toronto group. Since I started, it's been so good. All my teachers, friends, family, and now I have a new family. I want to thank the Rav and the whole World Kli and all the work he's doing. Constant work. He's such an example to follow. I also want to thank the society as a whole. This is a great society. There's nowhere that you will find such a place.
It's so great. We need to and give the world what we feel, what we understand, what we enjoy. So I beg you, and I beg myself, all my friends, to let's participate in this work. Let's follow through on what the Rav wants us to do. Let it be our life work, to see this work through to the end. The Creator is there. The Creator will help us if we only ask. L'chaim, Bnei Baruch.
Hello, friends. I'm Chaim from the Point in the Heart in Haifa. Oh, it's fun. How great that I got the privilege to stand here in this gathering of friends and to get so excited together with you here. Because I simply feel that it's a dream come true. Since I've come to the wisdom of Kabbalah, the wisdom of truth, but to feel that I'm standing now before my sisters, my brothers, my parents, and the Creator. It's a great privilege to feel and know more than anything that even if this feeling passes and this convention will be over and all kinds of things that come will come, we have the path to bring Him contentment, and that's the meaning that is the greatest that a person can receive in this life, and to live truly the life as we were meant to live when we came here. From the moment we went out to the world and took our first breath and cried our first cry, and then the first laughter, until we came here, back home in truth, to the holy temple that we are building every day, hour after hour, and together, friends, only together we will be able to do this. L'chaim, a huge l'chaim to you all.
Хочу сказать я, объединимся, братья, пусть все покроет любовь. Братья, как я хотел бы, братья, любовь свою отдать вам, пусть все покроет любовь. В каждом сердце есть место, где мы связаны тесно, пусть все покроет любовь. Распахнуть двери в вечность, ощутить бесконечность, пусть все покроет любовь. единым станьте мы, пусть все покроет любовь. В каждом сердце есть место, где мы связаны тесно, пусть все покроет любовь. Распахнуть двери вечность, ощутить бесконечность, пусть все покроет любовь. Хочу обнять я, во все готов отдать я, пусть все покроет любовь. Я себя хочу отдать я, и раствориться в братья. Все покроет любовь. Свету стремится, внутри измениться, пусть все покроет любовь. Как одно сердце биться, объединиться, пусть все покроет любовь. Объедини всех нас вновь, пусть все покроет любовь. Объедини всех нас вновь.
Queridos amigos,
Dear friends, dear brothers, dear family, my name is Roberto. I come from Mexico, Monterrey. But I am with my family now. What a family. This family looks after you. This family teaches you, raises you, and see how you are born. I see every one of you doing this. This is why I'm so excited. The Creator placed me in the best family ever, the greatest people ever, where everyone, we're talking about everyone here, everyone who was, is, and will be, and everyone connected to us virtually. My friends from Monterrey, He arranges us in the most accurate place where He tells you, with the voice of your teacher, everything is fine. Be sensitive to feel the love. Feel that you owe them everything you've got. You owe each and every one. To the end of your life, you are obligated to ask only for them, to be with them, to feel their eyes, to feel their embraces, to feel their hearts, to feel every expression they make, and everything is for the best, no matter what happens. And this baby grows into a man. I have such a great privilege being here with you, my brothers. This L'chaim, this center here has one goal, which is to make you feel how grateful we are, because this is what you want to be. We ask together like you ask in a family, and this family gave it to us, gave us such sensitivity, and that unites us like nothing else. This is our family, where we love each other, and we are going to do it forever. L'chaim, dear brothers, and thank you for everything you give me. We will all work together to keep on loving each other till eternity. L'chaim, dear friends.
For you, Bnei Baruch, the people of light.
ואני בתוך ג'ולף עומי סוללים סוללים לו יש רשות לי אעלה אתחברו תוך שערי ציון אשרם נהלולים שחרית וער ותבת נהדיבים אז קהרו ליבי והרה יוני בחשק נבהולים בנעים זמירות מן הדוד התעוררו ואני והראיותי בהרינו סוהלים בינו עדת קודש בשירו חוברו חותון והקהלו בחופו נכלולים la
L'chaim de Baruch.
And since during the lesson we're going to have a workshop, this is why we're asking you to look around and fill the tables. It's always good to have as many people around the table in a workshop with whom we can share this experience. So let us fill the tables and get ready together for the lesson.
He who makes peace in the heavens will make peace on us. If we could say it that way, it's a sign that beforehand we said something to the contrary. That there's no creator and no one who's in control, and there's nothing. And he doesn't do peace, and not above and not below. And he can't do anything with us. And all of this does not happen before a person feels it. Doesn't come to the other side, where the Creator is in control of all of reality and complements all the desires and qualities that are contradictive. And when he complements them, completes them, then he can also complete, of course, himself as well. So we will try to be with our eyes open, with experience, as we've been through many such states where we've been despaired, and a new light comes, a new morning, and everything begins to be new. And it comes, and we add and add, and once again, boom, there's nothing, it can't be, we're fed up, there's no forces, it's all blurry, the mind And the heart doesn't feel a thing. And slowly, 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 by some states we ourselves don't know, but all of a sudden, an awakening comes, our eyes burn, and there's hope, and confidence comes. Again, we rise and how we want to be connected to the upper force that is doing this complementing of all the desires and intentions that are in the upper degree, and certainly can also do it upon us. And that's how the whole path is. Ascents and descents, descents and ascents. And after all, there can't be light unless it's from darkness. Therefore, if we say about some spiritual form that it exists, it's only because prior to that we were despaired completely from it. And we completely didn't think that it is even possible of it happening or being. And there isn't. They say and they cry out before the correction, there isn't. And then we ourselves don't understand. What are we saying? What do you mean there's none? Of course it is possible. Of course it's happening. Any time, moment now, and it's happening. And again, towards the new discernment, that's how we reach. Therefore, patience, stubbornness are necessary on our path. Okay, so let's go to this lesson. The Creator is the general light that fills all of reality. And He shines, illuminates, and the desires are revealed according to the power of the light, meaning the power of the reshimot inside the desire. I mean, that's why one after another reshimot appears according to the quantity and the quality of the reshimot. And the ones that are revealed first are the pure kilim. Like us, when we felt that we want to connect to the upper force, we want to be, we care, we want to know what the meaning of life is, what's the secret of life, why we live, and therefore we're here. And in spiritual work, as we learn, there are two stages. The first stage is called Rosh. It's called Israel. Li Rosh, a head for me, meaning those who are drawn on their own to the purpose of creation and the correction of creation, and they're willing to do for this the steps. And there are those that are not capable to long for it on their own. They don't have a big reshimo. They don't awaken on their own, but they are drawn to that which their general will to receive awakens them towards. They're called the body of the Partzuf. In this whole spiritual Partzuf, there's a Rosh and a Guf, a body and a head. We, first of all, get corrected, those that have a desire for it. Those who don't have a desire for it will be corrected by us later. That's where it says, He who makes peace in the heavens, meaning that intention that happens in the Rosh of the general Partzuf. It's upon us. He will make peace upon us also towards the Guf, towards the body. And that's how we will advance. Well, let's start according to these verses and see what we have. Please.
Excerpt number 1, Rabash 2, letter 76. It is known that the whole earth is full of His glory. This is what every person should believe. As it is written, I feel the heaven and the earth. However, the Creator has made the concealment so that we cannot see Him, so as to have room for choice. And then there is room for faith, to believe that the Creator fills all the worlds and encompasses all the worlds. And after a person engages in Torah and mitzvot and keeps the commandment of choice, the Creator reveals Himself to him. And then he sees that the Creator is the ruler of all the world. Thus, at that time, a person makes the king who will rule over him. That is, a person feels that the Creator is the ruler of the world. And this is regarded as a person making the Creator king over him.
Hear it again, and then there will be some questions. Pay attention.
It is known that the whole earth is full of His glory. This is what every person should believe. As it is written, I feel the heaven and the earth. However, the Creator has made a concealment so that we cannot see Him, so as to have room for choice. And then there is room for faith, to believe that the Creator fills the worlds and encompasses all the worlds. And after a person engages in Torah and mitzvot and keeps the commandment of choice, the Creator reveals Himself to him. And then he sees that the Creator is the ruler of the world. Thus, at that time, a person makes the king who will rule over him. That is, a person feels that the Creator is the ruler of the world. And this is regarded as a person making the Creator king over him.
The question, in what should I believe and what do I need to do in order to build the Creator as a king upon the whole world? What do I need to do in order to place the Creator as a king over the whole world? Please.
Out of revealing the concealment, meaning from revealing that no one rules me except for myself, I need to acknowledge the concealment. I need to acknowledge the help and the support of my environment that will persuade me that there is concealment. And as a result, to place instead of the concealment the one who is ruling, the upper one that you can establish for me. Yeah, the Creator chose us to build a tent, and inside the tent to choose the fact that the Creator fills the whole earth. My choice is that He fills the whole earth. This is how I build in the relationship between us, Him, each and every one of us. The environment reformats a person to attaining the Creator. So at the initial stage, a person has to believe that this is the path, the friends, and this is the place of work. And there is the result as well. Yeah, the society keeps raising the importance of the Creator, the path, and we have to be included in them and believe what they tell us. To believe, I heard, it means to reign the quality of bestow upon the will to receive, meaning we have to make a constant effort in raising the desires and deficiencies of the friends upon our own, and to constantly search for ways how we can help increasing the importance of that on the one hand. On the other hand, how we can be included into this and annul ourselves. And we do it because we take this axiom that the Kabbalists are giving us, that this state exists, and the reason we do not conceal it is because this is a help, opportunity, a room to exert and to add with love towards the Creator. Otherwise, we would just exist in it as it is. And we're building this state as it is, only on a smaller scale. And from there, we come to a choice out of choice because we reign the King. Yeah, the King is the one ruling everything, but we can discover that only by working between us and by the arvut between us, by supporting each other, by our commitment to each other to believe that we have to do everything we can so that the friends every time will remember it as much as possible and operate correspondingly. There is concealment only towards one who wants to work in a tent to reveal the Creator in the connection between us. And when there is a concealment, what is a concealment? That in the friends, hatred is revealed, new vessels are revealed, upon which we have to restrict ourselves to ask for correction on what He reveals in the friends. And this is our choice, and that means to believe that He's asking the Creator for the power of bestowal upon the vessels that are revealed in the effort to connect between us.
Rav, meaning the commandment of choice is considered that I don't reveal the Creator in practicality. I even put a restriction and a masach in order to not reveal Him, but rather I behave as if He is revealed. As if He's revealed. Like He was revealed. That's how I behave. And then it doesn't bother me that whether He's revealed or not. So I can already now exist in the world where the Creator is as a king over everything. This is considered that I'm making Him the king. Not that He is being revealed and then rules, but rather I behave with all of reality, seemingly as the Creator is ruling. What am I doing by that? What is my form of behavior with all of reality if I behave with Him seemingly as the Creator is revealed? As if. Please.
The moment I behave as if the upper force rules and is revealed, then I give my environment, I give people the ability to cleave on to that sensation, because we are sensational creatures who cleave on to sensations. We cannot understand what is real or not, but it doesn't really matter. But I can convey to others.
If I behave as if the Creator is revealed, it says that I feel the Creator in every friend, every response of mine. I relate to the Creator. The friend is the Creator. I, on my behalf, all that's revealed belongs to being a kli, and the kli are the letters to bestow to the group, to the 10, to the Creator. He gives me these vessels, these means, these people, this 10.
Actually, I'm acting. I'm playing with reality. The moment I play as if the Creator is already revealed, I invite the future state. This is what kids do. This is a law of nature. This is how we grow.
I would like to say that I'm a perfectionist towards just about everything that is of our society. Anything that's not mine but ours, I relate to it with full seriousness and concern to not take advantage or exploit, to be most efficient, and whether it's a chair, a table, to the attitude between friends, there it's like I and with the greatest meticulousness possible.
It neutralizes my expectation for result. If I know the Creator is revealed and I work in order to bring Him contentment, I expect nothing in return. I just make an effort to demand for the friends who will also reveal Him as I did. I'm asking the Creator to give them the confidence and the joy that He gives me.
Where is the Creator revealed if He's revealed? He's revealed in the corrected relationship system between us. Meaning, if there's a system of relations between us based on love and bestowal, then my attitude to reality is such that it's all in that. Meaning, everything that I do, every action I make, is in order to, on one hand, not harm this thing, and on the other hand, to add. That's the center and the existence of reality. All the rest is examined only according to that.
It's a tricky question because the concept of the Creator keeps changing. In every degree, I act a higher degree. If it's me, so it's me who bestows. If I bestow, then a higher degree is that there's no me. I'm annulled, and I'm only bestowal. And if it's only bestowal, then reception and bestowal are already connected. So each time, as if I try to be in a higher degree with greater annulment than I am now.
I don't know. I don't even look at the form of my behavior. I examine where I measure it. Whether I measure it in the connection between us, or do I measure it in me, which shouldn't be that way. I just need to be an examining eye on where we can define it more, measure it, weigh it.
Except number 3, Likutei Halachot, blessings of Reya and private blessings, law 4. Man is the center of creation, and upon him hinges everything. This is why love your friend as yourself is a great rule in Torah. In order to integrate through unity and peace, which is the essence of our existence and the correction of all creation, where each person, though he has different opinions, will be integrated together in love, unity, and peace. Again, man is the center of creation, and upon him hinges everything. This is why love your friend as yourself is a great rule in Torah. In order to be integrated through unity and peace, which is the essence of our existence and the correction of all creation, where each person, though they have different opinions, will be integrated together in love, unity, and peace.
Why is in the incorporation of everyone leading to peace? Why does the incorporation of every one of the parts of creation lead to peace? We actually, when we're in this world, we think to the contrary. Let's distance these from those and those from those and give each of them a star of their own, and we're done. It'll be peace and calm. Why does incorporation bring to peace? Please?
Because peace is the quality of love. And love is capable of existing only in a place of unity and connection. Love is the connecting element. It annuls all differences.
These are means that are different. Haters that are different reveal love that is not mine nor yours. And through this, each discovers this is perfection, that's perfection.
Yeah, the perfection is the connection of two opposites. So specifically because they have different views and they connect, the force of creation can be revealed because it is in this contradiction.
Yes, actually, in peace I create perfection. I take parts that are mine and they're now outside of me at the moment, and I'm reconnecting them to myself, to those qualities that don't exist in me but exist seemingly in the friends. I take them and revive them in me. I bring them to a different phenomenon. Actually, what I see on the outside is what I see inside.
Inclusion is when I try to be included with the friends. On the one hand, the fact that I see you outside of me, that's already an indication that shows us the place of correction, the left line which is spread before me every moment. But at the same time, when I try to be integrated and feel reality through your deficiency, I really try to be included in your sensation and the way you feel reality. Out of this inclusion, I combine these two faces of reality together. And this is how I can come and see reality in a more perfect way.
I don't know if the world thinks in an opposite way. They're just thinking, how could you even create such a state? Because incorporation means that I'm concerned with the kli outside of me. And where would you get the force for such a thing? We're creating a kli altogether in this incorporation, which demands the light to fill it, for the Creator to come, fix it, and bestow it.
It's an amazing system of nature that keeps pulling us deeper and deeper, because it's like in a workshop. We try to create wholeness and perfection, so it has to come from a deeper place, like in an integral with this tiny epsilon, which obliges you to go deeper and deeper and deeper.
So let's enter deeper and deeper into each other's hearts and try to take these things and see where we are putting them in our daily work. Really, in practice, what does it mean to me, this thing, this perfection? What is this state of perfection between us and the 10? How do I come to it? What will it cause between us?
Perfection is also that I'm happy that I don't interfere with that perfection, whatever is called me, in small me. And there is this thing where everything is included together and where the Creator is revealed.
It's like seemingly what you address a person with. I mean, what's the commandment of the Creator towards us? Love thy friend as thyself. That's the commandment. The moment we disclose love towards each other, that's where perfection, unity, the Creator is revealed. And a person doesn't need to do anything else but to love friends.
The question that arises is, in our inclusion, how do we know that it is the right way and not again we are chained to our ego? That this is some effort we make, which once again we go back to ourselves in order to reach wholeness.
This resistance, according practically, it's specifically for those things that you feel rejection for, to make one's hater his lover. And to make his hater his lover, specifically on those difficult places that you really don't feel like, and it's like hard, that it's the greatest revelation.
Yeah, we can see the whole picture, the whole reality out of the eyes of the friends, out of their desires and longings to reveal the true reality.
In this thing of incorporation, there are several elements of canceling any concern for himself, and also to go and be incorporated in general. It's to take desires that are outside of him and to grow them, their importance actually of the friends. And also, and after, of course, when the light will come and fill it. Meaning there are three elements at least that are completely opposite to anything that we know in humanity, in our regular life.
But probably also the inclusion is a result of our attempt to love the friends, to exit ourselves and to actually love other people. This is where the inclusion will come from. I'm incapable of including myself. I cannot do it just like that. I need other additional materials for that.
That's why it's enough to start with subduing yourself. I mean, then the moment it's like a child that you're just given a puzzle or some kind of assembly toy, it's something that doesn't separate. You say, let's do it, because to make a mistake in a factory in China and they prepare the wrong thing, it's one thing. But then from this subjugation and working with this thing, you say, wow, it's actually like that. I didn't understand. Oh, what a trick. It's opposite. And that's how it is each time.
And the interesting thing is that inclusion comes from the word collective, or the sum total of my connection with the 10, with my other 9 friends. In fact, I come to this wholeness, to the whole which is comprised from each and every one of the puzzle. It is comprised not of from each and every one, yeah, also, but there's something that holds this whole puzzle together. This is the inclusive force, the only thing that can hold all these wills to receive together, that glue of bestowal. Meaning the fact that there's an agreement between us, as we said in the previous lesson, an agreement for this condition of arvut, that we are ready to exit ourselves and to make that effort and to include ourselves with each other. This is what holds us together. This is what dwells between us as the force that holds, pushes us and enables us to do this constant work. And that inclusion that we try to do, to be included with each other, to exit ourselves, there is a resistance here. It's like being in this prison, you want to reach a true inclusion, which is like in the quality of bestowal. Excerpt number 4, Rabbeinu Yonah, the letter of repentance 14. A person must ask for the good of his nation and his friends in everything that he loves, and ask for good for himself. As it says, and you shall love your friend as yourself. The sages said, this is a great rule in the Torah, that by peace Israel observes the Torah. And the sages said, peace weighs as much as everything else. Therefore we pray, He who makes peace and creates everything. And the prayer of the public is heard when they are at peace. And all the ways of Torah lead him to peace. As it is written, all her ways are peace. And Israel are lovers of peace. And the Creator blessed them with peace, because peace holds all the blessings. As it says, may the Creator bless His people with peace. Therefore, the assembly of Israel is called Shulamit.
When it's written, love thy friend as thyself, that's something that I should depict first. What I wish for a friend, want, relate to him, for it to be good for me from this, that I like it, I love it, and I would really want it to be done that way to me. And then I, only after I examine myself that way, relate in the same way to a friend. That's called love your friend as yourself. As yourself demands scrutiny and a meticulous examination first. As only if I am certain that I would want for it to be that way for me, that's how if I was in his place, that's how I would be, that's how I would relate now to him. How do we do that in the group, please? How do we make a preceding examination and then relate to thy friend as thyself?
We have very clear rules for examination. We cannot rely on what seems or doesn't seem to us. Our rules are written in Rabash's article. It is written there exactly how should we treat the friend. And therefore, it doesn't matter at all what I think. Rather, what matters is how do we adapt our behavior in the tent to what is written there.
All in all, a person also understands all those elements that they're in a different way. But this examination of how I relate to a friend, like I'd like the Creator to relate to me, that can also change, because one day I want Him to wake me up a little bit. One day I want Him to be calm with me. So
it's interesting. This moment we were stuck by bus and we started talking. Why don't we say love thy friend as thyself? What and love your friend as thyself?
I don't know about the vav of the end, but beyond actions, we're talking about the change in our attitude. I mean, it's not that we're just sitting here, a few protein-based bodies, thinking what was good for you. What do you want? For my protein, I'll do it for your protein. But it's the concept of the me, the essence of what I am. He obligates everything. That me that is from the moment I'm born and wake up in the morning to the moment I die. So the reason, the essence of reality outside of my body and to the friend. So that concept of the friend, the group, they will be all the hopes. They will be the reason for existence. They will be the essence of everything.
The only way to examine is to first of all do. Bestow, give an example, show the greatness of the goal, and then examine how what effect it has.
I would say it demands nullifying yourself completely first. I mean, it's not what you want now or what the friend wants, but rather to truly try to take it mentally from him. It's like what the friend wants, meaning there's a certain desire that I identify, that there's a desire I identify that I must have the greatness of the Creator upon it to sort it correctly. And now this, how do I give that to the friend?
If I don't like a friend, or if I have a dispute with a friend, it means that I don't perform. That is the most simple examination. If I can't accept the friend as he is or want for the friend, it means that I'm not in love thy friend as thyself, because I place my own desire before his own. So it's not like you. Love thy friend as yourself.
That's it. So we have to scrutinize the part of like yourself. And I need to scrutinize how I want the Creator to relate to me, and then I can put myself in the shoes of my friend. How would he want the Creator to be relating to him? That like yourself is really confusing.
And love too is very confusing. How is it expressed? What does it mean to love? To love the friend. We heard that word to bestow. What does it mean to bestow to a friend? And bestow to a friend as you bestow to yourself.
Rav, why can't we be adhered to the Creator, each of us, according to His measure of bestowal? Why only if I'm adhered to the friend, I can reach adhesion with the Creator? What do I attain by that? Why am I not capable alone? Please.
It's not clear where is the resistance if you're alone. Alone you can tell yourself whatever you want, you can convince yourself with whatever you want, but until you are next to me, physically next to me, it exists. And I know exactly how far I am from loving the Creator, as far as I am from loving you. So take the closest thing, what you think you love more than yourself, your son. And then all of a sudden there's a gap, and you have to start working on this gap. You cannot cover it with nonsense. You cannot cover it with make believe. You can only cover it with love that doesn't come from you, but it comes from this common effort we make.
He had to say what Hanoch said, maybe in different words. I mean, how could there be a concept of bestowal and I alone? It's like an oxymoron. And the whole concept of bestowal is against, it's upon the resistance.
Upon what am I cleaved? Meaning, what is adhesion? Adhesion is a need for the creation constantly. Upon what do I need him? If I try to connect to the friends more and more and constantly bestow upon them.
Just like I would expect the friends to think about me when I'm disconnected from the Creator, when I'm in a fog and in deficiency, and I'm expecting the friends to stand beside me and help me. That's how I need to be ready for them. You have to prepare and pray for them.
Tendency to go out to them. Well, nothing else exists here except for the Creator. This is my own spiritual pattern, which I see, the 9 Sefirot before me. And this is why we do it also in corporality. We try to resemble that spiritual state of me as Malchut compared to the first 9. Except number 5, the banner of Ephraim's camp, Parashat Vayetchanan. It is written, the Creator is one and Israel are one. Therefore, they are adhered to the Creator, because it befits one to adhere to one. And when will that be? When Israel are assembled and adhered in perfect unity, they are considered as one, and the Creator is upon them, who is one. But when, God forbid, their hearts are divided and they are separated one from the other, they cannot be adhered as one, and the Creator is not upon them. Rather, an idol rules over them. God forbid. This is the meaning of the verse, and you are adhered. Namely, that when you will be adhered and united together, then it is said, you shall all live. When they are united as one. Thus it is good and fitting for one to adhere to one, and the Creator is upon them one. Rav. What the place for the adhesion with the Creator is between us. Go ahead. To reveal the Creator, the place for the existence of the Creator. Why is it between us and not in any one of us, rather between us? What does it mean between us? It's not geography. What does it mean between us? It's not simple. Give a definition to what it means between us. This is a common annulment, a frequency, a motion which resembles the Creator. We create this resonance which causes the instilling of that force. Between us is the relationship. We're talking about perception of reality, that this is the relationship of how we treat each other, how I treat what is outside of me. Between us means an atmosphere which enables us to perform actions which we define as bestowal. And it's more than that. The Creator is our present state plus one. We always want to move more towards what we reveal more as a need for Him, as the more advanced state of connection and bestowal. We create an atmosphere that we never want to remain in the same point. We want to keep advancing to Him, to adhere to Him more and more. Yeah, between us doesn't exist to start with. There is no such place. Because I don't feel and I don't see the others. Only the moment I start building that place, only then there is between us and something which is against me. Yeah, We are building that place between us. We cleanse it and we gather into it our efforts to compress ourselves more and more into it until it takes the shape of one. And then it is befitting for one to receive from one. I have two pictures. On the one hand, between us is in a place where no ego of us is in. This is kind of a sterile place. And at the same time, between us can be that we are like one inside the other. We become as one. And this is what makes us one, where I cannot distinguish me from you. Perhaps that, if we're not talking about the resolution of all of us together, or rather in the resolution of each and every one of us, then in a place where we make room from ourselves and let others in. This is what it means. I don't know what it means to make room from himself, but between us is how much I care for you, how important you are for me, how much I'm ready to do everything it takes so that you will achieve spirituality. And it exists or doesn't exist, or it exists to a certain extent. This is where we measure it, on this line. Between us is a matter of attitude. How do I see my attitude towards the connection with the friends? This between us, as Miller said, the Creator is us in a higher degree than our previous form. Therefore, this form, this sensation of bestowal can only be revealed when we annul the difference between us and I treat the friend as the Creator. Because a good relationship is like help and such things. There are many groups in the world who help each other, who care about each other. So what is that relationship, the right relationship? Who stands before me, the friends? Or is it the Creator himself standing here? And this is the purpose of our connection. This is why we sit here for. So only the tuning of this relationship, the common field between us, is the between us. And it keeps upgrading itself according to levels of attainment of us. Another thing between us is something we can depict. This is our common truth. This is what it means between us. When two friends who say about something between us does something which is completely ours, we both understand, we both feel from the same point. It's like parents who are taking care of their child. So they are taking care of their child. Who are they? He and them. So we, between us, create an attention for that relationship which enables every one of us to bestow upon each other. So this is what we create with our attention. We are building something that is called between us. Between us is also a place for revealing the Creator. So this between us has a higher importance than just, hey, what's up between us? Between us, the absolute between us. So probably I have to reach that between us by annulling myself. Rav, according to what example do we build this place between us to reveal the Creator? According to what example do we build this place between us to reveal the Creator that will be suitable for revealing the Creator, an equivalence of form with Him if we don't know Him? How do we build such a place? There is no such example. We build it. From your actions we come to know you. Don't make idols. We build it in the efforts between us. We get a feedback upon which we say there is none else besides Him. And we want to ascribe it to Him. We're asking for His help. And we only present a kli that He works upon. And then He's working on that kli. We cannot decide what form this kli will get. Perhaps it's the opposite example. we should always fail before we succeed. To the extent that I discover how much myself rules that place which is called between us, and how much I want to sacrifice everything for myself, and so correspondingly upon that, through resistance, I want to overcome it. Everyone is taking an example that he sees in front of his eyes from his friends. But in order for him to see it correctly, he has to look at it from a place of connection, from that place where it is clear to him that this is the Creator working, and He's creating that reality for him. And if he only looks through that place, then it's absolutely clear how and what needs to be done.
Two things. First, what we learn is the sources that we study. That's where there are endless examples to the attitude of one towards another, the internal attitude. What is that equivalence of form? What is revelation before the Creator? The other thing is that in addition, during the time of our work, there's a Rav that is calibrating us all the time, showing us each time and depicting in us another area of feelings, and it's just slice after slice. We're building, we're erring and correcting again, building, and then
there are no mistakes. We're just going to connect, and that form is called above reason. We are building a reason by trying to connect as much as we can, and then because we're incapable of connecting, except number 6, the Arvut, item 20, Ba'al Sulam. The end of the correction of the world will only be by bringing all the people in the world under His work. As it is written, and the Lord shall be king over all the earth. In that day shall the Lord be one, and His name one. And the text specifies on that day, and not before. Again, the end of the correction of the world will only be by bringing all the people in the world under His work. As it is written, and the Lord shall be king over all the earth. In that day shall the Lord be one, and His name one. And the text specifies on that day, and not before.
Meaning the end of correction will be, well, can't be, unless the whole world will enter the servitude of the Creator. What does it mean to be in the servitude of the Creator, in the service of the Creator? Please. Not a worker of the Creator, but a servant of the Creator. How can we depict such a thing? Please. Because a worker is one that works in the factory, but here it's written that he's the king to the whole land. With a king, everyone are servants. They don't argue, there's nothing, but rather they do, and that's it. And then the servant and the king, the worker and the manager, let's say. So here we're talking about servitude. What is this servitude? How should we accept this concept? Not just this concept, but the state that we need to enter. What does it mean to be the Creator's servant? Not just us, but the whole world. Please.
It means that gradually we have to bring the world to a place, a free place from ego. An employee has rights, a slave has no rights. Slave has no right for an ego. So we have to make the world relinquish the right for their ego in order to reveal, instead of this small ego, the king. And this is done through restriction.
I think that servitude is that we're working on connection without having a reward of bringing contentment to the Creator. We simply work. This is what's advertised. This is what everyone understands.
There is no room for choice. The Creator is the manager. He is responsible for everything, and I go along with him to where he's leading me, to the desire that he wants me to go. This is where I go.
I think it's even crueler than that. You have the choice inside. You have the ego inside, but you can't implement it. And this is absolute subjugation. Despite this whole thing, no, you have no choice, but you surrender to it. It's a bigger crush.
In the first quote, he said that a person feels that the Creator rules over him, and that means that he makes him a king, meaning he knows that he runs reality, and then he's a servant. He is a servant. He's a willing. But the question is whether he is doing it willingly or if he resists it.
He has to take the friends, as he has no acquisition of himself. Everything he has belongs to the king. Also, the head that's operating is the king, and everything he has to do is to do what the king demands of him. And then the question is, what's the difference between him and a robot? Probably love to the king. I don't know.
Perhaps on the one hand, my pleasure is because the upper one enjoys himself. So it doesn't matter what I do, as long as it gives him pleasure. This is what matters. And also, I think we're working here with two vessels. The ego sickly feels it as servitude. He has no reward. He has no independence. But on the other hand, this is our independence. We become servants of the Creator. We are constantly in the quality of bestowal, freely, truly.
The king gives the servant the place to sleep, the food to eat, and the direction to walk, what to do. When we come to such a state where we all operate towards the purpose of creation, according to the guidance of the upper, after all, the end of creation is only half the way. It's not the full way. We have to come to the point where we are all behind the king as servants, and then to complete the plan of creation.
We treat slaves as if they feel bad, but every servant feels good. They have no worries. They are filled from here to the end of their life or until eternity. They relinquish the need to maintain that terrible thing called the will to receive. And this is why to be a servant of the Creator is simple. It is so simple.
So now comes the question. If he's a servant, it is good for him. Is that what the Creator wants from us?
It reminds me of an example of what a friend said during one of the workshops. It's like the black people who were in chains singing the blues, and this is how they free themselves. Being changed, working in the sun, but this togetherness gives you a different sensation, as if you're free, you're above this.
Yes, I think that servitude is... It doesn't end there. I mean, this conscious freedom, like Iran described, Rob. But on the other hand, it says that if we to be free, to be a free people in our land, in our desire. Land is desire. To be a free nation, a free people in our land. On the other hand, everyone needs to be in the servitude of the Creator, and the Creator shall be king upon all the land. How can we compare those two writings? And if so, already, then it will be. Then the name that day, there will be the Creator. His name is one. I mean, how can we compare those two? That we're in servitude, we're servants, we're free, and His name is one, and He is one. Please. But you're discussing it together. Together, we will come to the solution.
Together we come to the solution, and it's nice to see it. And together we can reach the solution out of an alley before each other. So what was the question again? How can we be both slaves, servants, and free? So a servant can be free because he's free from his will to receive. His entire calculation is towards the goal of the upper one.
Think about that. At one point, servants were so much at the lower part of the nation, they would sleep at their lords, they get their food, they would get their little corner. They would never, in their wildest dreams, they wouldn't reach such a state. It's like here. It's not your ability to do that. Only if you're the servant of the Creator, you can get such degrees.
But I don't want to exchange a radish with a beautiful apple. I want to understand how the forest was made. It is, well, I don't know, there's something else here, something elusive. Loving servitude, the understanding that this servitude is the essence of all, because there is nothing beyond that.
Okay, you want to be in the directorate, I understand. That's clear. That's why we are a separate part of all of humanity. And that's why we're Israel. We need to take and invert this whole Kli to be one name, and then into it bring the Creator as one. Meaning we're capable of being the connector between He and His name is one. Where that Kli has no possibility of being in the work, to bring him, etc., but in the simplest way, to be servants to the connection between us, and we adapt between the upper light and this whole Kli.
Meaning we become as the Creator. We are now, with respect to the Creator, He and His name is one. We are doing the work of the Creator.
We're doing it because it's like we're creating something new that doesn't exist. We're building this attitude of this corrected attitude between us through the Creator in a place that wasn't there before.
By our inclusion, by our connection, we all become free from our will to receive. We become as one body going towards the same goal, regardless of any will to receive of any one of the components of the whole. We have a collective sight and not what each and every one of us thinks where we have to go.
Maybe in the end, we just basically come to an agreement that we were always servants. That's the constant state. And in this state, we just understand and agree that we're doing this by preceding our desire, and by that we're bringing everything back to Him. And there's nothing in reality except for that point of agreement. What did you gain from it? I don't know. Why are you thinking about gain all the time? Privilege or profit? That was before the Congress.
We gained the right, the privilege, except number 8, Baal Sulam de Arvut, item 24. The Israeli nation had been constructed as a sort of a gateway by which the sparks of purity would shine upon the whole of the human race the world over. And these sparks multiply daily like one who gives to the treasure until they are filled sufficiently, that is, until they develop to such an extent that they can understand the pleasantness and tranquility that are found in the kernel of love of others. For then, they will know how to shift the balance to the right, and will place themselves under His burden and the scale of sin will be eradicated from the world.
Okay. Now, how can we? It's actually the same question that we asked previously. How do we enter under the burden of the Creator, which is called as an ox to the burden and the ass to the weight, to the load? How do we feel ourselves free in that and confident and superior? How do we come to a state in which we receive our work as an ox to the burden and an ass to the load, and with that feel ourselves complete and truly angels? Please.
It's a question of society. If the society appreciates proficiency, this is craftsmanship, and our craftsmanship is how to serve the king, Rav, the group. But our craftsmanship is how to work outwardly and to be professionals about it. So then you suffer like artists, like athletes, because they have to invest. A good reward is to invest and to start all over again and again and again.
Maybe to continue that, our artistry is the nullification of ourselves. And that's how we, also through our annulment, will be able to reach the rest of humanity. Sorry, continue.
I would like to add, we were talking about artistry. Artistry is to awaken the friends in practice. To awaken the friends is not just say that they're great. To awaken the friends is make the friend think about the goal all day long. Doesn't matter if it's in good or bad, but just to awaken the friends. This is what artistry is.
In the excerpt, he talked about the presence and love of the others, the presence and charm of loving the other. So if there is such a thing, and there is such a thing if he wrote it, then think of this thing that it's like you're in a place that's it. There's nowhere to go from there, and it's just good. And a little of that, maybe even a lot, we tasted in these 3 days. We've been here for 3 days. Does someone want to go to some other place? And what are we doing here? Breaking our hearts to love each other.
Exactly so. This way that we work in Arvut, where every one of us is thinking about the others, about the friends, regardless of his own desires, that brings us and to this work being fun. I don't know what's going to happen to me, but the payment and the reward, I don't care about it. All that I care is that the friend will get the reward, that he will get the revelation, and out of that, it becomes very simple, very easy. I don't put myself into it. I give whatever I have to give. The Creator completes my work, and that's it.
I use each and every state in my work by burning the fuel, which is called the ego, and I transfer it to warmth, and I enjoy that. That's the fire that's burning.
It seems to me that the immediate reward is that the moment, as written, he lives whoever he humiliates. So, as much as you can annul yourself, you immediately feel the greatness of the Creator. You don't have to look for a far away reward.
And if you work in that way, then every challenge is enjoyable. Otherwise, it's frustration. You have to be very careful in society and workshop to say that you don't know, or you break the kilim. But even if you know or don't, you make an effort, you play the game, and that's it. And then we go through this challenge together. And if not, it eats us and crushes us instead. It's very important. We need a certain maturity to reach it.
And if someone forgets, we simply remind them, hey, we're working with two vessels here, right? Your will to receive will always demand a reward, but here we're working in this common place, the connection between us, why we're here for, in this Congress. So we give our lives to it, we give our family to it, we're doing everything we can for it. So it's fine that your will to receive sometimes sometimes demand a reward, but in the arvut between us, we can save everyone and deliver them out of prison to remember and see the right path, the right way. This is the arvut in practice, to push everyone so that he won't be able to be stuck inside his ego.
Don't forget that there's always the reforming light, and upon those efforts shines and works.
And everything that's happening here,
בליבו של כל אדם רק רצון אחד קיים, בנשמה של כל אדם יש את הדרך למושלם. בכל בוקר שהוא קם, בכל לילה שנרדם, בתוכו של כל אדם יתגלה כל העולם. אל תשכח אותי אחי, קח אותי איתך אחי, אל תשכח אותי אחי, קח אותי איתך אחי, קח אותי איתך, קח אותי איתך. יחד יחד, רק ביחד, יחד יחד, אין שום פחד, יחד יחד, רק ביחד, יחד יחד, אין שום פחד, יחד יחד, רק ביחד. בלב ובנשמה ביחד, בלב ובנשמה, בלב ובנשמה ביחד, בלב ובנשמה. לילה 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 la השכנים מחוברים, שרים בתוך החיים. הלא תמיד זה לא חלום, סבלנו די כדי להבין שלברוח אין לאן ולא מספיק להבין. אותי לעוד מעט בינינו ובינו, 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 אותי לעוד מעט בינינו. שזה יקרה אור גדול יאיר, כבצר לא נכיר, ובכל בית בכל עיר ובכל לב השיר. שזה יקרה אור גדול יאיר, כבצר לא נכיר, ובכל בית בכל עיר בכל לב אותו השיר. אותי לעוד מעט בינינו ובינו, 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 אותי לעוד מעט בינינו. עוצם עיניים בעירה, פותח את ליבי, נותן למחשבה לזרוק צדק בתוכי, ולכל צדק שנפתח נכנסת אהבה. היא ממלאת את החלל, אני מחויב לי דאגה, היא ממלאת את החלל, אני מחויב לי דאגה. עמוק עמוק בפנים אני מרגיש את הקבוצה, מתוך שברון הלב כולם יוצאים להתקפה, וכך זה מתגלה לי טיפה חריבה, שאהבת החברים היא התרופה היחידה, אהבת החברים היא התרופה היחידה. לילה 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 לו שום דבר בך שמסתתר ממני, ואין לו שום דבר בך שלא מורגש אצלי. בתפילת רבים כולנו יחד בשמחה, ובחיבור הניצוצות נדליק את הלהבה, ובחיבור הניצוצות נדליק את הלהבה. עמוק קרוב בפנים אני מרגיש את הקבוצה, מתוך שברון הלב כולם יוצאים להתקפה, וכך זה מתגלה לי טיפה אחר טיפה, שאהבת החברים היא התרופה היחידה, אהבת החברים היא התרופה היחידה, אהבת החברים היא התרופה היחידה, אהבת החברים היא התרופה היחידה. לילה 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 אתה ואני קשורים אחד לשני, עכשיו ביחד הולכים אל העולם נפתחים. אתה ואני קשורים בלב הכללי, כולנו כבר מסכימים, ערבות לתנאי החיים. מתעורר הניצוץ שבלב, בעולם יש תקווה, אנושות חדשה, חוק אחד לחבר את כולנו ביחד, לכולם משותף בכיף, הבחירה היא שלך לשנות את הגישה, צריך ללמוד איך לתת במקום איך לקחת, זה לא סתם תיאוריה, נחזור לחיות בהרמוניה, והחוק הוא ברור שעלה זה חיבור. אתה ואני קשורים אחד לשני, עכשיו ביחד הולכים אל העולם נפתחים. אתה ואני קשורים בלב הכללי, עכשיו נראה מסכימים, ערבות עם תנאי החיים. קשורים אחד לשני, עכשיו ביחד הולכים אל העולם נפתחים. אתה ואני קשורים בלב הכללי, כולנו כבר מסכימים, ערבות עם תנאי החיים. We will become together as one, but we are ever connected. Susila lubi, Fatila vesti, Avidini שיסתבקי, ולא חשוב מה שקורה בחוץ, כי העיקר נמצא בינינו. Cuando nos unimos juntos, nos dos gobernarán. Hey, hey, rise above and feel the love inside. Hey, hey, move a little from the feet on the sky. Hey, hey, de corazones unidos, la cama, Moshe poel bati. Hey, hey, rise above and feel the love inside. Hey, hey, move a little from the feet on the sky. Hey, hey, de corazones unidos, la cama, Moshe poel bati. אותה משפחה, אותה הרגשה, מעל הפער שבינינו. Here we go, reaching the soul, we will rebuild the connection. Видно, что что-то происходит вокруг, а мы с друзьями. Я нunca más está como en estar, nuestro mundo dorará. Feel the love inside. Hey, 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 de corazones unidos, la cama, Moshe poel bati. Hey, hey, feel the love inside. Just a little nothing goes sky. Hey, hey, de corazones unidos, la cama, Moshe poel bati. Hey, hey, feel the love inside. Hey, hey. Hey, hey, אני צריך את מי יותר, אני או העולם. Here we are, you should come along with one voice, he can spread his song. Bring down the walls, you know we won't be long. When we're together we cannot be wrong. Теперь я точно знаю, все мои единения. Любой вопрос решаем, если вместе будем мы. Жизнь это как сказка, если мы одна семья. Бесконечно прекрасны мы, если миллиардов я. Here we are, you should come along with one voice, we can spread this song. Bring down the walls, you know it won't be long. When we're together we cannot be wrong. Si nos dirigimos a hacerlo por la unión, todas las puertas se abren al abrir tu corazón. Nada es imposible cuando hay esa voluntad. Juntos bailaremos hasta la eternidad. Here we are, you should come along with one voice, we can spread this song. Bring down the walls, you know it won't be long. When we're together we cannot be wrong. Here we are, you should come along with one voice, we can spread this song. Bring down the walls, you know it won't be long. When we're together we cannot be wrong. We're together. When we're together we cannot be wrong. When we're together we cannot be wrong. One, two, three, four. רוצים להרגיש את המקום שנמצא בינינו, מקום של חום וביטחון, מאיר לעולמנו, מעל תנועה, מעל מקום, מעל כל הזמנים, מקום שבו כבר לא צריך מילים. בוא נצעד ביחד בשמחה, נגלה בינינו הבנה, נעלה מעל ההבדלים, נפתח את הלב ובינינו כאן נרגיש את החיים. רוצים לחבר את המחשבות למחשבה אחת בינינו, בלב אחד כמו משפחה, אל מטרת חיינו, ללא פירוד, ללא גבולות, ללא מאבקים, בכל מצב ביחד כאן שרים. בוא נצעד ביחד בשמחה, נגלה בינינו הבנה, נעלה מעל ההבדלים, מה קורה כאן בינינו? בחיי לא הייתי חושב מה הולך מסביבנו. לפעמים זה שובר לי את הלב. אם הגענו עד כאן זה סימן שכבר אין חזרה. אז קדימה לדרך ביחד נעיר את הנשמה. בואו נרקוד, בואו נשיר ונתחיל לפזר אהבה באוויר. לא נתייאש, לא נעצור, נלך רק ישר, לא נביט לאחור. בואו נרקוד, בואו נשיר ונתחיל לפזר אהבה באוויר. לא נתייאש, לא נעצור, נצא מהחושך ישר אל האור. לה 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 העולם מתקרב לו, עליות ירידות ופנינו לאן, הכדור בידינו, יום ועוד יום מזרז את הזמן. כבר הלכנו שנים במדבר וחצינו ימים, עכשיו אנו יחד נחזיק פה אחד השני. בואו נרקוד, בואו נשיר ונתחיל לפזר אהבה באוויר. לא נתייאש, לא נעצור, נלך רק ישר, לא נביט לאחור. בואו נרקוד, בואו נשיר ונתחיל לפזר אהבה באוויר. לא נתייאש, לא נעצור, נצא מהחושך ישר אל האור. לה 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 האהבה היא לא שלך, האהבה גם לא שלי, היא לא קשורה להצלחה, לחיובי או לשלילי. האהבה היא לא זמנית, היא לא עוברת לעולם, שאם קיימת היא נצחית ומחבקת את כולם. האהבה היא אהבה, היא השחרור מעצמך. האהבה היא נתינה, היא מגיעה מהנשמה, מהנשמה. Любовь не может быть твоя, любовь не может быть моя. Мне не свобода от тебя, и для тебя, и для меня, и не подвластна временам. Она царит над всей землей, она все благодарит нас.
Beloved friends, we are now coming back, sitting down in our chairs after that great upliftment. We have an amazing opportunity to be in this lesson now, to ask questions, still in an intimate way before many guests will come this evening. We're expecting several thousands of guests in the next lesson. Therefore, this is an opportunity for us to ask questions on any topic we want. And a little Bern has tweeted to me, has whispered to me that by the ushers, there's the first question ready already. Meanwhile, we're all sitting and we're continuing the lesson. Yes, please, Dudi. Yes, over there. Hello to everyone.
I'm Yerganat
from Kazakhstan.
What is a state of peace for me? For us, Bnei Baruch.
A state of peace is considered perfection, where we come to complementing, to the completion between us, which is such that each discovers his place in the system of Adam Arishon and fills that place fully. That's called peace. That's it?
But for Bnei Baruch, the world Kli, what does it mean?
Yes, that's the whole world Kli has to come to a state in which it complements each other, and by that it becomes a head to all of the corrections. And then from Bnei Baruch, like a head, it spreads the whole correction to all the body, to all the rest of the 7 billion people. So we need to first make this complementing between us, and then already with the world, not the world, but all of humanity, I'm sorry. With all of humanity. That's how it will be. You're welcome. Women?
My name is Batsheva. I come from Moscow. Right now I live in Netanya and I study in Kabbalah campus, the point in the heart, Tel Aviv. Uniting the world is extremely important for me. This is why I'm here. I'm also a member in the Chabad community in Russia. What to do so that the heads of the Jewish community in the world will be here? And if needed, I'm willing to help.
Сейчас, минутку, сказал мне, давай встретимся, поговорим, если ты так считаешь. Почему ты решила? Я говорю, потому что первоисточники здесь.
One of the rabbis asked me, why did you decide to go there? Because, and I said to him, the source is here.
I don't understand what you expect of me. I don't have what to answer. He told you everything. You're rabbi. I can only repeat those same words that Baal HaSulam wrote. That the dispute began from the beginning, immediately after Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Moses, Aaron, already with Moses and the sin of the calf, a great dispute began. Because it's very difficult to observe the law of Arvut, the law of connection, love thy friend as thyself. For this, we really need great kilim. Therefore, these quarrels were very big. Even before the construction of the first temple, during the 40 years of the desert. And after they came to the first temple, with great difficulty, immediately they began to fall from that degree, and they came to the ruin and to the exile of Babel. And there were great fights between those Jews that wanted to observe it as it should be, love thy friend as thyself, that was the main thing, and those that felt that they're not capable to do so. And then this terror in the people expanded and stretched out until it reached the ruin of the second temple. And in the ruin of the second temple, everyone fell to unfounded hatred. They lost every connection they had of love between them. And since then, we, that group that Abraham arranged in Babylon, is in exile. And it doesn't matter that we return now seemingly to the land of Israel. This is not the land of Israel, but because there is no people of Israel. The people of Israel can only exist if there's the law of love. Other than the Kabbalists in every single generation, throughout the whole of the generations, who were always calling for love thy friend as thyself. Other than them, all the rest think otherwise, meaning it's good this way. We need to observe something with your hands, with your mouth, but not in your heart. They're right. It's possible, and this is how this nation lives, but not in the right way, as it should be. Therefore, Kabbalah is hated on everyone, even though people don't want to say this openly. And that's how we are until this day. Now we've come to a state in which the world demands this correction. Otherwise, it enters a very harsh path of suffering, very difficult. Of course, the people of Israel, the Jews, will suffer first because they have to bring the method of correction, and they're not doing it. So, what's before us? And I write this everywhere. Before us is a very not good state. And I'm saying this everywhere, and of course, people don't, it's not to the liking of not the rabbis, not the Jewish, or not the Orthodox, or the secular. No one wants to hear it because it obligates somewhat. And the fact that we can be, because of this, suffer greatly and bring ourselves to more like we were before those years, and we are getting closer to this. They don't want to hear about that. Hence, the hatred towards the wisdom of Kabbalah and towards me is very big. Yes, that's the reason. That's all I can say. I continue to talk in what I can, because maybe nevertheless this matter will spread and somehow people will know, at least not for now, then at a time of sorrow they will know why hatred of such extent comes to them from the nations of the world, because we hold in our hands the method of correction of the world, and we're not implementing it, we're not passing it on to the world. So of course we're to blame. Anti-Semitism is increasing, hatred is increasing, the tension in the world is growing, the world crisis is strengthening from day to day, and all of this is from the Creator. Who's to blame? The people of Israel. According to the wisdom of Kabbalah, you can see this in the introduction to the book of Zohar, in many places. We have verses, sayings of all the Kabbalists of all the generations. We have nowhere to run to. That's why we do such conventions, invite people to somehow share with them that maybe this method will be clear to the people of Israel and they will realize it somewhat. Otherwise, life will be very difficult. That's it. Well, and the fact that they don't agree with me, I know. I also understand them. I understand. They have everything. Also, before World War II, that's how it was. They maintained people all over Europe, their audiences, and what happened with them? They're gone. They passed. What remains for me to do? I am crying out and talking with all my might. That's it. We have here a book about anti-Semitism. What's it called? Why are we hated? That's what it's called. Yes, it's worthwhile for you to take it and to give it back to him. And my regards. Please.
Warren from St. Louis.
זה וורן מסנט לואיס.
We worked prior to the Congress and of course during the 3 days of the Congress in very hard in connection.
אנחנו עבדנו עוד לפני הכנס ובטח במשך 3 ימי הכנס חזק מאוד על החיבור.
Rav, have your sons defeated you?
רב שואל האם ניצחוני בניי? האם הבנים שלך ניצחו אותך?
My sons have triumphed me. He says that the Creator puts all kinds of difficulties before us, and we need to go past them. By them we grow, become wise, become understanding what is demanded of us, and when we go past all these exercises that he gives us, then it's considered that my sons have triumphed me. And we come to such a degree. We see that he's happy by this. That's it. Please.
Hello, Rav. Good afternoon. Our dear friends from Latin America had a workshop during the lesson. Now we would like to ask a question they want to ask you. In a mirror, these are friends from a rare Congress. How do I know that I'm truly responsible for my friends?
I'm a friend in the group under the condition that I put the desire of the group, the purpose of the group, the problems of the group, everything they have above all that there is in me personally. This is considered a friend. A friend is considered that he does everything in order to care for one who is a friend. A friend for us is that he tries to keep love thy friend as thyself. He's getting close to that. By that, he becomes similar to the Creator. Only we don't know the Creator, see him. To be similar to him, we have those conditions. If in the 10, I will be able to observe it, slowly, the reforming light influences me, and I will come to being similar to the Creator, and in the group, I began to reveal him. Hence, to be a member of the group is to be connected with the group, and it's considered that I am constantly similar to them more than I am to myself.
Can I add, she wants to know how to make sure that she is given arvut in practice. How can she know that she gave arvut in practice?
Well, at least under the condition that she's thinking and continuing to think more and more about the group. Does she have children?
Probably so. We don't know exactly. You ask the question.
In short, like a mother is constantly thinking about her children. That's how it's clear to us. So this is how we think. One who's a friend in a group constantly thinks about the group because it's his soul. It's a structure, a model of his soul. Therefore, he constantly thinks about it. Please.
Nicola from Poland. If I feel bad in me and I cannot turn directly to the group, so how to work with it?
There are such states where a person is very angered about everything, about the group, at the teacher, at the creator, and all of humanity. Kind of like it flips back and forth that way. What to do with it? Wait for it to pass. Sometimes it comes to such dimensions that a person is willing to destroy the whole world, and then what can help him? Nothing. But it passes fast. It's only in order to give a person a demonstration of how much he's under the control of his ego. But in other cases, try to constantly be as connected as possible to the group so it enters into a habit and to second nature, and then it'll be easier for you to always come out of such moments of anger. But they'll be there. Each time less and more distant, but they will be there nevertheless. We go through all kinds of states, and those moments are also as stations. Okay? Please?
Hello, precious Rav. Shalom, Rav Yakar. My name is Amanda. I'm from Toronto.
שמי אמנדה ואני מטורונטו.
I'd like to thank you and everyone here and our creator for this Congress, which is from another world.
אני רוצה להודות לך ולבורא ולכל מי שנמצא על הכנס הזה שהוא ממש לא מהעולם הזה.
And my question is it wrong to ask this group to make a prayer for our partners, children, and families who don't study Kabbalah right now?
והשאלתי היא, האם זה נכון או לא נכון לבקש מהקבוצה להתפלל עבור בעלים שלנו או ילדים שלנו, המשפחותינו שהם לא לומדים קבלה?
If it's a very special situation, God forbid, then it could be that yes. But just like that, of course not. No. Group is a group. And in the group, we are concerned with connecting between them in order to reveal the Creator and bring Him contentment. Period. Please. I just want to add that if we're asking in such a way, a group, if you want to use the group in such a way, it's a very egoistic state and it can only cause harm. Please.
The question comes from Colombia. From the friends in Colombia. What to do if when I try to unite with the friends, then they always justify themselves in order not to connect. They don't want to connect with me.
We need to understand them, that they're, for the time being, don't understand so much the necessity for connection. So we need to try and read such articles and slowly talk to the obligation of connection, because otherwise we won't reveal the goal. The goal is revealed only in connection, and it depends on the intensity of the connection. The first degree in spirituality is that we are connected, truly connected above our ego, above this world. This world, meaning it was given to us now. Let's say it this way. We are given a level of the ego. Yes? We will say, let's say we overcame this. We rose above this. So, it's raised to us to a higher degree, the ego. We need to rise even more. And that's how it is each time. This is the first degree of ours. This is the second, and thus 125 degrees. There's always our ego. Now it's the corporeal ego. And the fact that the ego of the world, of this world, and here it's already a spiritual ego, much greater. And that's how we will have to constantly advance. Therefore, if they don't want now, today, to overcome what's here, so what do we have? We don't even enter the ladder. That's worthwhile to explain to them. That's one thing. The second thing, no one's bothering you to be in another group. Let's say they don't want. They're saying, that's not for us, leave us. We want to study now the worlds, sfirot, parzufim, all kinds of technical things. And that's something they don't want. You can connect to another group also, to be with them in the study that they want. But in the matter of connection, you can connect to any other group. There's no problem whatsoever. Succeed.
Hello, I'm Larissa. I come from Irkutsk. I was here last time. I didn't really like it, but this year I came earlier and I'm in 10 number 8, virtual 10 of MAC. My friends asked me to ask a question. Every woman has a great meaning for her family, her relatives, and the 10 becomes a kind of a spiritual family. How to constantly increase the importance and the value of investing in the 10 without it being felt as betraying my family, my original corporal family.
There's no problem in being both connected to your family and to your 10. First of all, you don't have to be all the time physically in the 10. if you meet, then maybe once a week, right? That's how I think. A woman doesn't have a need every day to sit like men together and to study. That's one thing. The second thing is I don't see any difficulty in thinking also about the family and also about the 10. The 10 is the soul. It's something completely different that doesn't belong to the body, just like your body, your family is. Those are two things that don't contradict each other. They're in two worlds. Hence, I don't think that there's a difficulty here. I think that there's a problem because we exaggerate in this. Also men sometimes, but women for sure. There are those who are really willing to leave their family to be all the time in the group and engage in that only. That's not correct. And also for men, that's not correct. But Rabash would obligate his students to work, to get married, to have children, to keep his home, and to be normal and like you should be. And then, with that, to also study Kabbalah. Moreover, this has to do with women. So, don't go to beastly completely, where you're only with the family, and also not on the other hand, enter into the group that only there I find my life. We must be existing in two worlds, really. I wish you success.
Thank you very much. Last question from men. Good day, Rav. I'm Aksat from Kazakhstan.
Я извиняюсь, мне получилось задать этот вопрос второй раз, поэтому... Вот мы все стараемся выполнять всю методику Каббалы, отменяем себя ради группы, ради товарищей.
We really try to implement the method of Kabbalah, to annul ourselves before the friend and group. We try to reach a state of arvut towards the group. But yet I understand that the group is not the creator yet. Can it be that I'm doing all these actions eventually out of an egoistic motivation to be favored by my friends?
Of course. Well, so what? I came to the group. They're talking about some sublime things, love of friends, all kinds of things like this. I don't understand anything in that, and I have no feelings for that. But I want to be amongst them. What do? I make myself as if I also want that. Also together with them. If you're ask me, do I want that? I don't understand what it is at all. But I want to be in the group. Therefore, I kind of sit like that and go like this with my head. That's it. Until I grow up. When I grow, I will understand what's happening, and then we'll continue. That's why the fact that I'm doing everything because the group obligates, otherwise they'll throw me out, that's very good. That's excellent. Meaning you are paying with your exertion in order to remain in the group. It's very good. Next.
Before we conclude, I want to explain what's going to happen this evening. To give you a general picture. How was it last night? How did it feel? How did it feel like? L'chaim leBaruch. That was only a warm-up, a promo to what we're going to have tonight. Tonight we're going to have many more people. And the entire people of Israel are going to be here tonight. And this evening will be about the topic of being an Israeli. So what we did yesterday to open our hearts, to connect all the points in the hearts, to make a big room of love where everyone will be able to feel good, this is exactly what we have to do tonight. So we already are practicing that. Rav mentioned earlier the book, Why Are We Hatred? So I wanted to remind you that it's waiting for you outside for pennies. Now, next week, and we're entering a month where we're going to have holidays in Israel. So we have gifts that we can give people during the holidays instead of just chocolate or a bottle of wine. For Purim, you can give the secret, which is the secret of Purim, small, wonderful, charming book which explains about the internality of the holiday, and you can give people the book Slaves for Passover, but it is suitable for all year long, not just for Passover, but because the Exodus is related to Passover, you can give it specifically then. And we have the book Good Days, which accompanies us throughout the entire holiday. It speaks about all the holidays in a very short, friendly kind of way. So this is what I wanted to mention. Eran, do join us and tell us what you have to tell us before Rav Leitman will conclude the lesson. So Rav Leitman, please go ahead. And by the way, I don't want you to forget, tonight Eran will tell us what we're doing till then, but at the end of the evening there is a surprise. So get ready to the end of the end, where we will be blowing the ceiling away.
Excellent. Well, friends, first of all, the donation booth of our archive, the project of our life, is open now and will be open throughout the whole break. And also the bookstore, the souvenirs, there are all kinds of special things there. I heard that you can get like some chain or a scarf. If you're buying this price, it's like worthwhile to get there now, in short. That's what I wanted to say. Other than that, if you have guests this evening, you're welcome to come to the journey. There's a little excursion booth there. We're going to have excursions from 5:45 to 6:20 on the stage back there. You can see the back thing. If you need tickets for those friends of yours that you didn't bring yet, you can get them at the information. The campus booth is open. If there are questions you want to ask and you didn't want to ask, the best of our instructors of Kabbalah are going to be waiting for you there. All the details of the spiritual journey that's going to happen on Friday will get in the excursion booth. At 5 we'll have dinner, of course, after the lesson.
Please conclude the lesson and give us an assignment for break.
A summary. I don't know what to say. It seems to me that we started to reveal our weak point, our vulnerable point, where we need to connect between us, where we discover the Creator. And certainly, I don't know what to say. For the time being, we advanced above what I planned. Really. You did a strong step forward. Whoever knows me knows that I don't like to give out compliments, and here it's really right. I didn't think that in such a big audience we would do such serious work towards the entrance into spirituality. Certainly so. This evening we have many more people going to be intermingled with us, foreigners to us, but guests. But I think that we have plenty to add, and we will in this last lesson at 7 o'clock in the evening that we will start. I really ask not to run away. We will do a good lesson, a strong one, and you will hear also new things there, maybe. Thank you. Our entire concentration until then, well, we have 2.5 hours. The thing is, where do we discover a place between us where we reveal the Creator? And He is revealed between us. How do we reveal Him between us? In the relations between us, in the connections between us. How do we reveal Him? No one should search for it inside of him. Inside of us, there's nothing but our stinking ego. You want to discover the upper force between us. This is called the field which the Creator has blessed. Let's locate it and reveal. Good luck. Song.
אשר בזה תלוי זכות הקיום שלנו. זכור מזכיר לכם על אהבת חברים, בזה תלוי זכות הקיום שלנו. אז תיתנו לב, לחשוב מחשבות, לקשר לבכם בלב אחד ממש. אז תיתנו לב, להמציא הרצאות, לקשר לבכם בלב אחד ממש. לחשוב מחשבות, לקשר לבכם בלב אחד ממש. אז תיתנו לב, להמציא הרצאות, לקשר לבכם בלב אחד ממש. אז תיתנו לב, לחשוב מחשבות, לקשר לבכם בלב אחד ממש. אז תיתנו לב, להמציא הרצאות, לקשר לבכם בלב אחד ממש.
Okay, we're continuing with our activities outside, and I just recommend you to go to the bookstore and the souvenirs. They're waiting for you there. Our friends, and there's all kinds of good things there. By the way, this book, How We Are Hated, very much. I read it. It's excellent. There's also a performance outside, and there are many activity booths. This is your time to go outside, and we will be